afternoon, I'm Blaine Sparing and welcome to live basketball.tv and our coverage of the British Basketball League. Today sees playoff hopefuls Plymouth Raiders take on second bottom Surrey Scorchers at Plymouth Pavilions. Both these sides lost in London last time out. Plymouth went down 102-93 to the informed City Royals last night, and Surrey took the L against table toppers London Lions on Friday by a score of 93-79. Victory today would be Plymouth's first win in 3 in the league and should reignite their fight for a spot in the playoffs. Surrey have struggled this season with only 4 wins, but having seen bottom side Worcester Wolves come here and dominate 2 weeks ago, they'll believe there is a chance to get some points on the board here today. I have Raiders coach Paul Nickerson beside me. Paul, these sides have produced 2 great games of basketball this season. Are we set for another entertaining encounter today?
Yeah, I think it's going to be. Both these teams are really hungry to get some wins. Both had disappointing losses at the weekend against 2 London teams as well. I think it's a desperate time for them, to be fair. They really need a win, and the fans really need that too.
Yeah, sorry, they sit second bottom in the league, but Raiders coach Paul James has suggested in his programme notes that they're better than their league position suggests. Do you agree?
Yeah, no, 100%. I watched their game on Friday night against London Lions, and they were in the game the whole way. They're a tough team. They got good inside presence with Williams. They got good guards. I would not underestimate this team. They can certainly cause some problems for Raiders.
And Raiders going for one of those playoff spots. Do you think they've got what it takes to get there in the end?
They have, yeah, they have. I think they have got what it takes. They're currently in 8th spot right now, and they've got the ability. They've got players who can do a job in certain positions. They've brought in Adekoya, who's come back into the setup. They've got a good team. They're on a bad slump right now, and a few teams are causing them problems in their defensive setups, and it's making life very difficult for Raiders right now.
Yeah, you mentioned Jawad Adekoya left last season in unceremonious circumstances. What do you think of the re-signing of him?
I think it's a good option for Raiders. I think they need someone of his skill level. He's a good guard. He's got size on him. He can shoot the ball pretty well. And I think he's back and he's got something to prove.
So the teams for today's game: for Plymouth Raiders, number 4 Josh Wilshere, number 9 Sean Shelton, number 12 Devontavious Payne, number 15 Dante Nicholas, and number 22 Rashad Hassan. And for Surrey Scorchers, number 5 Quincy Taylor, number 14 Morikinho Williams, number 15 Tayo Ogundengbe, number 22 Anthony Alici, and number 23 Joe Vuzolo. Raiders just making 1 change from their game last night. Sean Shelton coming in for Zach Wells. Raiders all in green. Go from left to right in this first half. Surrey in their light blue and black strip from right to left.
Yeah, what you're going to have to watch out for if you're Plymouth Raiders right now, number 14 Williams, he had a solid game against tabletop London Lions. He scored 23 points. He can shoot from outside. He's tough to guard in the post. If there's anything like the London game, they're going to run a lot of isolation stuff for him inside and see if he can go one-on-one in the post against Hassan. And if you sag off him on the 3-point line, he can shoot the ball too. He's certainly a weapon.
Williams wins the tip and Nicholas onto it for the Raiders. Both these sides producing excellent encounters so far in the league this season with plenty of points. I'm sure the fans will want something similar today. Josh Wilshere spinning Tayo out to Hassan.
Yeah, and that's something Williams is going to do all day long as well. He's a big body, can pick up rebounds pretty easily. He's not the quickest guy on defense, but if you give him time under the basket, he's certainly going to pull down rebounds.
Tayo into Alici and he makes the first 2 points of the game. Sorry, he's number 22. He's hitting 12 points a game in the league. Payne to Nicholas, going to the rim. Hassan looking to put it back in, and the foul called against Alici.
Yeah, you can see Raiders there. They're creating a lot of space for Dante to curl off a couple of screens, giving him easy looks at the basket. Fortunately, didn't finish that one. Hassan picks up the pieces, which he's done a lot this season, grabbing rebounds. With Surrey, basically, they work on a 7-man rotation most of the time. If you can get one of these starting 5 players in foul trouble, then it'll be a good place for you.
Rashad Hassan putting his first three for array. Hassan first with points per game in the league. 21.5 for the American. This is a second, but Dante Nicholas picks it back up.
He had a serious outing last night, Hassan. 34 points for him, 7 rebounds.
Easy for Nicholas for his first points of the game. And that's Raiders by 1, 3-2. Just over a minute gone in this one. It's Teo to Williams. Quincy Taylor. Up against Wilshere, turning well.
Yeah, that's fantastic defense from Josh Wilshere. Taylor's been having a good season. He can score the ball very, very well if you leave him open, but Josh put enough pressure on him, forced him to take the fadeaway jump shot.
Wilshere all the way. Hassan tips it back in, gets it back, goes again, missing again. Doesn't fall for that time for Rashad Hassan.
Yeah, certainly one he's got to look at putting back in. Here's Taylor.
Easy 2 points.
And that's why he said he can cause damage. If you're not on the ball with Taylor, he can get to the hoop with ease. He can shoot the ball pretty well. He's a versatile weapon for Surrey.
Yeah, Quincy Taylor hitting 18.41, 6th in the league, points per game. Plenty of points on the court today.
Oh yeah, that won't be an issue in today's game.
Hassan backing it in the post, hitting the 2. Taylor out to Teo. Shelton that time, grabbing the ball. Wilshere bounce back into Shelton. And bobbles in for Sean Shelton's first points of the game.
Yeah, just what Shelton needs. He's a young man, rookie in this league, and he's been getting better and better week by week, and he puts in solid performances, and he had a great game last time against Surrey.
Shot no good there from Alechi. The talismanic Nicholas on the ball. Now Shelton elects to shoot. There's a drop for him that time. Taylor going through 2 and 4. Lovely from Quincy Taylor.
Yeah, you got Williams setting you a screen there, a nice pick and roll play. That's going to give Taylor plenty of space to work around.
Josh Wilshere. He's a small guy, but he finds the gaps.
Yeah, I think Josh is going to be really determined today. He probably didn't have his greatest game last night against London Royals, and I don't think the guy's got back until 3 in the morning, so he's going to come here full energy. He's got a point to prove, and he's a dangerous guard for Plymouth Raiders. Yeah,
the Plymouth Raiders not getting back from London until the early hours. Do you think that could affect him later on in the game?
I wouldn't have thought so. I think these guys they're athletes. This is what they're paid to do. And this is professional sport for you. I think they'll be ready for this.
That's Williams with the 2. 4 gone in quarter 1. Raiders by 1, 9-8. Nicholas Payne, he likes it there. Flushes that one away.
He certainly does. And if you're attacking the middle and you got Payne on the outside just to kick it out to when the defense collapses, he's going to love that shot all day long.
That was Wellian with a chance. Made his debut in his last game, 4 threes, 12-point game for him. Shot from Giuzzolo doesn't go. And the Raiders just with a chance to settle it down.
You can see now Payne and Josh Wilshere just switching on the wings. Both of those guys can shoot the free ball, and if they get any space on the outside, they're not going to hesitate to let it fly.
Hassan. Another 2 points for Rashad Hassan. In his previous meetings this season, Hassan's hit 34 and 31 points.
Yeah, Hassan is he's no stranger to scoring the ball underneath the hoop. He's got a fantastic field goal percentage. He's two-time Team of the Year in the BBL. He's a big weapon, and Plymouth going to need him, a big game out of him today.
Uzola, Wishful picking it up. Yeah, Hassan with the top percentage in the league from field goal. Devontavious Payne again! Going to work early, Devontavious Payne. Look at that, 17-8 for the Plymouth Raiders, getting the crowd on side in this first quarter. And got to say, against the Worcester Wolves in the last home game, no atmosphere. You know, they struggle to ever get the crowd really going.
Well, yeah, completely different setup. You know, like Worcester, we said it in the last game, they've done a phenomenal job of slowing Plymouth down. And I've said it time and time before, if you try and match Plymouth, just pace up and down the court, it's a very difficult job to do. And as effective for Surrey as Williams is, and as effective as he was in the London Lions game, he's not the most agile player in getting up and down the court. And if you can draw him out, you've got big spaces on the inside for driving. Defense has to collapse. You're going to get the kick out. You're going to get free balls. And Payne's hitting 2 out of 2 right now. He'll keep shooting. Josh Wiltshire's dangerous from the free line. It's a pretty good start for Plymouth Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders up by 9 halfway through this first quarter. Surrey Scorchers not really got going yet, but that man Quincy Taylor, he's got something about him. He's 6th in points in the league. He's made the most field goals, 9th in steals. I guess he's what he is to Surrey, what Dante Nicholas is to the Raiders this season.
Yeah, Taylor's a real big part of this Surrey team. You know, he likes to get to the line, he likes to draw contact, he shoots 78% from the free throw line. He's a dangerous player. He's caused some real problems for teams in the BBL. You can't take focus off him, because if you do that, he's going to cause you some big damage.
And we are back underway after that first time out of the game. Atwood. I think that ball might have came off of Wiltshire, and the chance for Taylor. Collecting 2 points for his side. Wiltshire to Hassan, loves that area once again, putting away with no problem at all.
Surrey have got to do a little bit of a better job there on Hassan, because as is proven, if he gets the ball in the paint, it's more than likely going to be a score.
Williams doing well in the post.
Saw plenty of that from Williams against London Lions, and just like Hassan, like we just said, if you give him the ball in the key, it's going to be a difficult one.
Hassan again, proving his worth to the Raiders in there with the 2. Yeah, sorry, unlucky against the London Lions. It's the second quarter that cost him. Went 30 for 16 after drawing the first. Shot coming in from Taylor. Raiders pick it up. Raiders looking fresh, passing the ball around with ease.
Yeah, good defensive stance there for Surrey, making himself a real problem.
Teo fouled.
Teo's been pretty quiet today. He's a veteran player for Surrey. He's well known around the BBL. Solid player, can shoot the ball, attacks the hoop pretty well.
Kalen Raftopoulos in for Williams.
Not quite replacing size to size on those two. On comes the coach's son.
Yeah, Kalen has made 49 3 points in the league this season. He's 3rd, so he definitely represents a different type of threat.
So today's game's also on YouTube. You can just type in Plymouth Raiders versus Surrey Scorchers if you wanted to watch it on there.
Wiltshire all the way, lovely from Josh Wiltshire.
But saying that, if they can hear me, they're probably watching it anyway.
I was thinking that. That's Teo. Nicholas picking up, 10-point lead for the Raiders, 23-13. Payne in the corner once again.
That's a big three-point shot from Payne. 3 from 3 for him from the outside.
On fire.
Keep that coming.
And there's the reply.
Oh, do you know what? That just silences the crowd right there. Just give him one back.
Oh, I thought Payne was going to go for it again there. Opts to go to Wilshire.
Don't be surprised if they run a play for him soon enough.
Nicholas. Round Taylor, 2 points. Great start for the Raiders. Teo. In and out. Raiders pick it back up with Nicholas. Josh Wilshire this time.
Do you know what? I really think this is the longest I've seen Coach James not go without making any rotations. You know, the team right now on the court and the 5 players here are really feeling it. And this is a solid quarter from Plymouth Raiders.
I don't know what time they got back this morning, but it doesn't seem to have phased them at all.
Well, as far as I was aware, it was 3 in the morning. And that's tough in itself. You know, it is difficult coming down from London, I get it, but these players are certainly not affected by it.
It's Jared Adekoya and Denzel Ubiara and for Shelton and Nicholas. Raiders leading by 15. Taylor out to Raftopoulos. And that's a shot from Wellian once again. He's deadly from 3-point territory.
Yeah, he certainly is. Raiders will take that right now. 1 minute to go. And they're just going to keep hitting their looks.
UBR receives from Wilshire. Payne and Hassan 4 on the shot clock. Hassan unlucky. Payne trying to win the ball back. Surrey with possession.
Real fight going on inside there from Teo and Adekoya. Both of them trying to hustle for position, and looks like the call's gone in favour of Surrey, but both those guys have certainly got a bit of fight in them.
Yeah, Raiders hit 40 in the first quarter against Surrey last time out. Not quite hit the heights of that's this time, but still putting in a fantastic effort in this first quarter. Let's get up to 31. Shot comes in from Raftopoulos. Wellian trying to win it back. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Raiders 31. Scorchers 19. Is Payne. Great pass to Hassan. Taylor on the defensive end, giving away the foul.
So Hassan looking to knock these down. No stranger from the free throw line.
First one goes for Rashad Hassan. Yeah, the Raiders 21 from 22 free throws last night against the Royals.
Yeah, that got to a real comeback game in the fourth quarter, where I think at one point Raiders were down by 17 and they clawed their way back, and the last 3 minutes of the game probably took about 10 minutes. Lots of stopping, lots of starting again, lots of free throws. Wasn't quite enough to see him over the line, so they're going to be really determined to get out there today and prove a point.
Yeah, they got back to within 6 with 4 minutes on the clock, but the Royals managed to pull away and win by 9. That's a shot coming in from Taylor. Wilshire have to put a quick shot up here. It's Payne. Not quite.
Oh, do you know what? The way he's been shooting, I wouldn't have put it past him. Going in.
So at the end of quarter one, Raiders leading 33-19. Big performances from a few guys on the court. Devontavious Payne, hands really hot from 3-point territory. 3 3-pointers already.
Yeah, Payne is, all you got to do is just Google him. and you'll see in any game, any highlight reel, he can shoot the basketball. He is not shy from doing that, and as shooters know, when you're hot, and when you're not, well, you got to keep shooting until you're hot. And it's he's gone off to a great start. Really, really positive from him.
Another guy that's got off to a good start, Che William for the Scorchers. A couple of 3 points for him already. He looks to be pretty dangerous from there as well, but you've got to say, don't really want to be getting into a shooting match with the Plymouth Raiders.
I wouldn't have thought so. Not if it's a full court game. You know, it surprised me so far that Surrey hasn't set up in his own defence, because right now that's what really damages Plymouth Raiders, and I'm sure with bringing in Adekoya that will help that a little bit more, because he's not shy of shooting the basketball either. But at the minute, they're trying to play man-to-man defence. Their defensive rotation isn't quite there, and Raiders' ball movement is pretty good right now, so there's a real struggle defensively for Surrey Scorchers.
Yeah, the Scorchers are new with 4 wins all season in the league, and we spoke about Worcester Wolves coming in here in the last game at Pavilions, and you know what their ambitions were for the season, and you know how they could motivate themselves. How can the Surrey Scorchers motivate themselves today?
They don't need motivation, you know, and if they do, if they need motivation to come out here and play a game of basketball in the BBL, live on TV, this is what they get paid to do. They don't need motivation. They'll just come out and play. They're competitive guys. They're going to want to win. Whether they've got 1 win or 25 wins, you're going to want to win. It's just whether or not they can do it on the day.
Jonas Javalainen's checked in for the Raiders for his first action of the game, and gets fouled on his way to the rim.
Yeah, solid take from Javalainen. He's having pretty good games as of late. He normally starts off with quite high percentage shooting. Likes to drive to the basket, likes to get to the free throw line, but he's one of those players that you know you're either going to get a phenomenal game from Javalainen, or you'll just tick away and get bits here and there. But first touch of the basketball, drives to the hoop, draws a foul. Good start.
And goes 2 from 2 from the line. Putting the Raiders into a 16-point lead. Williams, Raftopoulos, now Atwood.
Yeah, good defensive rotation there from Plymouth Raiders.
Raftopoulos just finds a way in.
Yeah, he's so quick on his first step. You know, Raiders play some fantastic defense then. They were moving well, they're rotating well, but off the dribble, Raftopoulos, yeah, he's pretty energetic.
Wilshire with time. Goes past William. Wilshire!
Yeah, big shot from Wilshire. Nice little assist there from Denzel Ubiaro as well.
Raiders on fire.
Sean Shelton.
Sean Shelton doing really well on the defensive end to win the ball back.
That's important right now for Plymouth Raiders.
Josh Wilshire again. Not that time, Teo with the rebound.
Quick heat check from Wilshire, wasn't to be.
Teo and Adekoya going at it.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen and you see Teo, he had one-track mind there. He saw Adekoya in front of him. I don't think there was any intention of going up on that. He kept the ball into his chest, and he just drew the foul and knew he'd get 2 easy looks at the free throw line. You know, a little push away after the play as well. It'd be worth keeping an eye on those two for the rest of the game.
Yeah, 2 guys you don't want to see coming back into the game with Dante Nicholas and Rashad Hassan, if you're a Surrey Scorchers player. Teo making good with his first chance to just lessen the deficit. And his second one just off the mark. (38-22). 1.5 gone in the second quarter. Shafi Gibiaro. 5 on the shot clock. Ubiaro rolls away.
Good take from Denzel Ubiaro. He's quick on his first step. You know, he brought his defender into him a little bit. Took it past him relatively easy. Just got to get that finish.
No problem for Ubiaro, 2 from 2. What can the Scorchers do? Raftopoulos. Dinalechi. Doing well in against Hassan, making the 2.
Yeah, nice play inside there. You can see what Raiders are doing though. They're making it really tough for the Surrey Scorchers guards. Their defense is pretty good. They've got Okiki and they've got Denzel Ubiaro out there, and they're playing pretty good defense on the 2 guards. Nice and tight, and they've both got quick feet.
Ubiaro has to go for the shot. Picked back up by a combination of Hassan and Nicholas. Nicholas missing, gets the second. Taylor Okiki was calling for it in the corner. Nicholas went by himself.
Yeah, do you know what? A little hand went up from Dante as well. Apologise for that one. Could have kicked it out, but
Atwood. Yes.
You would like to say that was just padding his rebound stats there, Dante Nicholas.
Dante Nicholas being very close to a long-awaited triple-double. Just trying to put some of the stats up for it. He'll go to the hoop this time.
I think he's playing in slow motion today.
Teo up against Jarvalainen. Jarvalainen just stood off of Teo, allowing him to put the 2 away.
Yeah, that was a veteran move from Teo. Gets him out off the feet with a shot fake. As soon as you're off your feet, the athleticism of Teo, he's just going to take it to the hoop.
Jarvalainen's always going to shoot from there. Not that time. Plymouth looking really threatening. Taylor. Full shot. Just 4 minutes gone in the second quarter. Raiders by 15. Nicholas straight against Teo. Number 15 doing really well to get to the hoop and frustrating as he sees his shot fall away.
That's how you do it. That's how you finish.
He's showing
at the basket.
Showing Teo how it's done. Bouncing away.
Yeah.
Back to the hoop.
And that's the difference to a player that's confident and finishing the ball well, because Teo came to the hoop, there's a little bit of contact on him, he couldn't get a finish, and he's frustrated already. And then all of a sudden you get down the other end, he's off balance, there's contact on him, no problem. Do that all day long.
So Milici and Ubiaro taking a seat for their respective sides. Rashad Hassan with a chance to put some more points on the board. Making the and one play. 18-point lead for the hosts. Raftopoulos. Atwood. Williams on the spin. Taylor. The uncontested 3. Can't make the Raiders pay. His pain. Hassan up against Williams. Tried the improvised finish, couldn't make it go. Nicholas doing really well to win the ball back for the Raiders. Payne to Jarvalainen. It's a great bit of play from the Raiders. Hassan was there to the back end but didn't need it. Jarvalainen for 2. Outwards. Just not going for the Scorchers at the moment. Raiders making him pay. Jarvalainen, interesting shot choice.
Yeah, I don't see why that was an effective shot. You got time on the shot clock. You're playing pretty well right now. Ball movement's working for you. You know, stick to what's working.
Williams with the hook, can't make it go. And Tolo Kiki calling out instructions to his team. Kiki receiving again. Payne for another one. That never looked like it's going to trouble.
Yeah, that was off from the start. They've just got to gather themselves now, Raiders, and keep this flow going on defense.
Williams, easy two.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with Williams. Don't let the size sort of perceive you there, because he's a big guy and he fights hard under the basket, but he can shoot the ball. And if you take too many steps off him, he'll let you know that.
Dante Nicholas. Wow, he put in the petrol and he drove to the hoop, and he gets a chance to make the M1.
Yeah, Raiders are doing a great job. They've figured out how they can beat Surrey. You know, guard-wise, the guards are struggling to keep with them on the drives. Inside, Raiders have got players that can finish on contact, and the rotation on the defensive side for Surrey isn't that quick, and it's leaving gaps, and that's where Raiders are taking advantage. And it's just working for Raiders right now. They like playing Surrey.
Dante Nicholas missing that one. Here's Raftopoulos against Josh Palmer, one of those Marjan University contingent. Atwood in the corner. Nicholas got out to him quickly. And Williams. Hassan rebounded well. Raiders moving the ball quickly with purpose. And Nicholas moving the ball to the other side of the court. And that'll be a Surrey Scorchers possession.
Yeah, when you saw Dante drive there, you see him get to the middle. You had Payne, who's been shooting the ball pretty well on the outside, and you got Palmer, who can shoot the free ball. Like, you see what he's trying to do and get the kick out, but just lack of concentration on that play.
Taylor to Williams. Back to Taylor. Williams again against Hassan.
He is a powerhouse inside, Williams.
Big guy. Going to make his physicality count then. There's Adekoya.
Adekoya, he's still trying to find his shooting range at the moment. It's only his second game for Raiders after coming back. He's a dangerous player. He helps. He helps the team in other ways. He gets steals, he draws fouls, he gets assists, he gets rebounds. He can shoot the ball, and eventually, once he gets settled here at Plymouth Pavilions, I'm sure that he's more than capable of doing that.
Yeah, Jared Adekoya, 9 points on his return to the side against the Royals last night. Wellingham put up a big 3-point shot a second ago. And it's 51-34 in favour of the home side at the moment. So they're leading by 17. And the Scorchers in danger of getting left behind it.
Yeah, they certainly are, but 17 is a magic number, because last night Raiders were down by 17 and they nearly brought it back to take the win at London. So you've got to be on your ball. And if you're Coach James right now, you're going to be talking to your guys and saying, hey, look, keep concentration. We've got 2:42 left in this quarter. Let's build on this. Let's not settle for 17, and let's really see this game out and do it properly. And we've seen it many times before that comebacks in the BBL, they happen, and they happen a lot.
The Surrey Scorchers will be hoping one can happen today. 2:42 left in the second quarter and in this first half of Plymouth Pavilions. Plymouth Raiders 51, Surrey Scorchers 34. The away side with some ground to make up, but you can't bet against them doing it in this league. And here come the Raiders looking to close out this first half with a healthy lead. Adekoya to Palmer. Adekoya again up against Atwood. Palmer receives at the top, and now Rashad Hassan will have a go. Bounced away. Josh Palmer trying to go in against Atwood. Number 10, Raftopoulos. Looked to shoot. Couldn't make it go. Rashad Hassan all the way. And a foul called against Sean Shelton. Rashad Hassan, with the way he started this game, will be disappointed he couldn't put that one away.
Yeah, that was a rare miss for Hassan. You know, he went with a load of momentum like a steam train coming through there and just couldn't quite finesse the finish. But here we are, 51-34. Just what we talked about. You don't want to be complacent if you're Plymouth Raiders. You have to build on this. Because Surrey have guys who can score the basketball and they can score quickly.
Yeah, Teo 17.4 points a game. Williams of 14.5. Master shot missed there from Wellion. Adekoya still can't quite find his range. Scorchers standing off Adekoya. Goes all the way to the hoop. No foul called. Maybe with some better options for him. Here's Raftopoulos. Kicked into Williams, and Adekoya trying to make up for the miss at the other end. Fouls Williams. Yeah,
it really looks like Adekoya trying to force the issue. You know, he got 9 points yesterday. I think he got 4 free throws in the last sort of part of the game. But he was shooting 2 from 11 yesterday, and he struggled today to shoot. We all know he can play. He's a solid player, but just don't force the issue. You know, don't force the issue. Just take good shots when they come around, and that's what's giving Raiders this lead right now. Is by taking good shots in the offense and taking the basket to the hole when the right time comes. If you start forcing issues, you're going to start forcing turnovers.
Raiders up by 16. 1:20 left in this first half. Busha. Payne and Nicholas. Jarvalainen at the top. Driving against Williams. Lovely finish from the Estonian. Raftopoulos to Wellion and Atwood. Good drive from Atwood, drawing the foul. Atwood putting the first one down.
Yep. Atwood's, you know, he's averaging 11 points per game. He had a slow game against London. He's slowly picking up the pace here. He can certainly have streaks where he's a good scorer, but hasn't quite found his edge today.
Rocher. Ball out of bounds. Taylor on the ball. Great pass. And the finish from Wellion. Lovely move from the Surrey Scorchers.
Yeah, nice take from them. They're not going to give up on this game.
Jarvalainen trying to force the issue.
And this is the issue that we're having here. We're not taking good looks. We're not taking looks in the flow of the offense, and because of that, the lead is going to slowly shorten if we're not careful.
Taylor, 3 on the clock, and Wellion looked for the big finish, couldn't make it go, and that sound means the first half is a close. Paul, what did you make of it?
Well, 53-39. It's a real positive start from Plymouth Raiders. That first quarter was fantastic. They moved the ball really well. They shot the ball really well. That ball movement created looks in the lanes. They took them, and everything was just looking good. They had Surrey's number, and and slowly at the end of the second quarter, they kind of started forcing a few options, and Surrey were taking advantage of that and slowly sort of just ticking away at the lead. You know, if you look at the scoreboard now, you'd say Plymouth are firmly in control, but it only takes a couple of minutes of complacency and Surrey will be back in the game.
Yeah, 14-point lead the Raiders will take into half-time. What's Coach Crown Raftopoulos going to tell his side at the break?
Well, depends how he looks at it. You know, he's either going to look at it and say, look, fellas, we are better than this. We need to slow Plymouth down. We need to start closing out Bella, rotating on the help line better. You know, because Williams is a big old unit, but the problem is if he clears out to close someone out on a jump shot, by the time he's recovered against Plymouth Raiders, it's too late and they're going to score at the basket. Or he's going to look and say, look, let's just really slow the game down. We're going to go into a zone defense. We're going to make sure Plymouth Raiders have got to work for every single possession that they have. And that's the option I would go. You know, they're a quick team, Plymouth Raiders, and if it was me, you want to slow them down, because unless you do that, you're not taking a win today. So
the Surrey Scorchers will look to slow down the Plymouth Raiders after the break, but at half-time, it's Plymouth Raiders 53, Surrey Scorchers 39. Hello and welcome back to live basketball.tv and our coverage of the British Basketball League. We're here at Pavilions where it's currently Plymouth Raiders 53, Surrey Scorchers 39. I've got Paul Nicholson beside me. Paul, we have Dante Nicholas on 10 points, 9 rebounds and 4 assists. Could we finally be seeing Raiders' first triple-double of the season?
It's been a long time coming. I don't want to jinx him, but if he does just scrape it by 1 rebound, I'm going to let him know that was off a missed shot. Hopefully we do, because do you know what? Dante's been working really hard for this. He'll be desperate to get a triple-double, but in hindsight, he's probably not paying much attention to the stats right now. You know, Raiders have had a bit of a slump with a couple of games recently, and they're just going to want to focus on getting this W today.
They are indeed. Surrey Scorchers, you know, struggling in many aspects of the game today, but you put out their speed.
Yeah, it's huge. The pace of the game for Plymouth Raiders is above Surrey right now. Yeah, you're looking at 13 points just off fast breaks, and Surrey have only got the 5. And when you look at it that way and you watch the game, it makes perfect sense. You know, Surrey got a big, powerful forward line. You know, led by Williams. They're strong, they're physical inside. They're a danger in the half court. When you start playing a full court game, yes, you got Taylor Litt, yes, you got Teo, and those guys can really run the floor, and as Rez Raftopoulos, but we've got pretty quick guards when it comes to the defensive end, and we've done a solid job on defending the Surrey guards, and with that, just ticking away on the scoreline and with good looks, and it's just working right now for Raiders. But it's been a long time since Plymouth have probably had a game where they've been in control and comfortable the whole way through. And there's no way Surrey is going to come out and play the same style of basketball. They'll figure out something. They'll try and slow the game down. They'll try and force Plymouth to take outside shots. And if they do that, they may well just claw back at this lead.
Yeah, I think Surrey need to do what Worcester were doing a couple of weeks ago. Just interrupt Raiders, you know, pace, interrupt their flow. And if they can, then maybe we'll see them get back into the game. They're just spending a pretty long time with Crow and Raftopoulos there. He's taking his time, just giving his final instructions to his team. Raiders have the same 5 that started the game out on the court. And if I'm correct, Surrey do as well. Raiders shooting from right to left in this second half. Surrey left to right, Surrey all in light blue, Raiders all in green. Does Dante Nicholas. And Sean Shelton there, looking to give his side a great start to the second half, but he can't make his 2-point shot go.
And don't forget, this game is being streamed live on YouTube, so make sure you get on there, share that, get British basketball around. Everyone needs to be watching this right now.
Dante Nicholas, Josh Wilshere with time. First point of the second half for the Raiders. A 3-point shot from Josh Wilshere, and that man picks it back up again.
Uh-oh.
Feeding to Montavious Payne.
Just what Raiders need to start the second half. You know, his defensive intensity. Again, they're hitting the floor, and they've certainly got legs on him.
Litchi.
Big screen from Williams, though.
Teo looking.
Yeah, that's not going to help Surrey. 2 turnovers in a row.
Teo looked to go down the open line. Nicholas, no look pass to Hassan, easy. Raiders 7-0 in this second half.
Yeah, that was very, very easy for Plymouth Raiders, and it come down to simple 2 bad offensive sets from Surrey Scorchers. You know, they didn't come out. They didn't come out of that half-time with any sort of motivation or intent to change the game. 2 bad offensive sets, easy turnovers from Raiders, and they took full control of that game.
Saw Coach Crayon there, trying to spend as long as he could with his side to give him his final instructions, and then go out there, you know, and he's going to be frustrated because he's had 15 minutes there with his side to talk through plays, talk through sets, and it's just gone to nothing.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough. It's tough as a coach. you know, and it's tough as players as well. You could have all the plan in the world, you've got the greatest ideas ever. You go out there and it just doesn't work sometimes, and it is difficult, but it's about the other team taking advantage of that, and it's about how you then act to those mistakes.
It is indeed. Surrey Scorchers currently 11th in the BBL. This result for the Raiders and a little help from elsewhere in the league, and they could be sat in 5th. By the end of play. There's Quincy Taylor all the way through. Beating Teo. And Williams fouled.
You sounded surprised.
Just trying to work out whether it was on the floor or not. Yeah, 2 points given, and it'll be the M1 for Moriquinho. Williams misses that one. Alici misses from under the hoop. Kick back out to Williams once again, and finally he puts it away.
He didn't move. He just stood there on the free throw line. He takes his free throws. Ball comes back to him. That's easy. Raiders have got to pick up their defense there. You can't leave Williams wide open.
Nicholas and Hassan throwing it down. Taylor around the outside again. Finding Williams once again. Raiders leaving the big man unguarded. He missed that time. Nicholas all the way through.
So good at just finding a lane and separates the defense really easily, straight down the middle. Normally would finish that with contact, but he's strong from the free throw line. You can imagine these two are going in.
Yeah, Dante Nicholas, 107 free throws made in the league. That puts him second. Stays at 107.
Yeah, I just jinxed him. I apologise.
He's missed his first 2 free throws today.
All right, rub it in.
Can he make it third time lucky? Yes, he can. Raiders by 20. 2.5 gone in the third quarter. Alici, lovely shot. Anthony Alici draining that one for 3. Nicholas up against Teo. Scorchers doing well not to give Payne much space. Shelton that time, trying to hook. Taylor to the presence of Williams. Tried to win it back, and Shelton takes the ball. Pass from Wilshire. They're scrapping from both sides. Want to compose themselves. There's Quincy Taylor. Great kick to Teo. Shelton flying around him. And the miss. Scorchers just looking to eat away at this Plymouth lead. That won't help. Sean Shelton.
Way to stay composed, Josh Wiltshire. Dribble the ball into the key, no issues whatsoever, and then just easy little dish off for Shelton for the finish.
Head to Williams. Sean Shelton just reaching in.
Stuck his hands in a little bit too early there and drew the foul. So 65-46, the gap staying. Is positive from Plymouth Raiders. Playing really good defense right now, and it's working for them.
I've got to say that coming here, I thought the Raiders maybe slightly sluggish from that from last night.
I think that game made it more determined, to be fair. They've had a couple of games like that where they feel that they probably could have came away with a little bit more than what they did. So I had to pause for a little while there. Thought that was clean, but came in and drew the foul.
I don't think Dante can believe that. That's his second foul of the day.
But don't forget, anything players say is obviously right. You know, you can't forget that in basketball.
My mistake.
Players and coaches, we do like to say our bit, that's for sure.
Surrey Scorchers out of time. Good defence put up there from the Raiders.
So we've already got people on YouTube commenting that Surrey are going to come back into this game. I'm struggling to see it right now. The Raiders are playing pretty solid, but we'll see what happens. Anything can happen.
Dante Nicholas. Hassan on the drive, great finish. It's a 21-point lead for the hosts. Taylor steps back. His shot's unlucky.
Another rebound from Dante Nicholas.
Wilshire twisting and turning. Feeding Hassan, lovely play from those two. And the Oz just finishing it with consummate ease.
Things are just working right now for Plymouth Raiders. You know, I bet Coach James is absolutely delighted because interrupted by alley-oop from Teo there. But I'm sure he's delighted because offensively things are just clicking. Shots are being made, the ball movement's fantastic. Gotta keep it going.
Yeah, Teo flushing down the alley-oop. Dante Nicholas and under the hoop fouled. Yeah, Nicholas 11 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. He's been all over the court today as Williams takes a seat for Surrey.
Yeah, Williams hasn't quite had the game he did against London. Though he is effective, he scores the ball relatively well, and he's always probably going to do that. He's going to grab the few rebounds. But against London Lions, he was their go-to guy. He had the best game that I've seen from him. Just can't repeat it here.
Yeah, I think Williams, with his sheer presence, is enough to intimidate a lot of people in this league.
Oh yeah, I think on any level of basketball, we've all been there when you turn up and there's just one unit who stands under the basket and says, come on then, come at me. But Raiders have certainly done that.
And Payne, easy. The Raiders making light work of the Surrey Scorchers today, 73-48. Pass for Alici.
Game's slowing down a little bit. It's starting to look a little bit scrappy right now, and if you're Raiders, you really won't want that.
Scorchers up to the half century. Raiders by 23. You say they won't want it, but after a long journey back last night, I don't think they can complain too much. Just to get a little bit of rest up.
No, you know, they are in full control. There's no doubt about that. But I think as a confidence thing for a team and for coaching staff, you want to play 100% the whole way through. You don't want to let anything lie. You don't want to take it easy. You don't want to, what we like to call charity minutes. You don't want to just rotate people in for the sake of rotating people. You want to play hard. 40 minutes of basketball, get the job done.
One guy that's really struggled today is Quincy Taylor. The Raiders doing well to marshal him at the moment. He's hitting 18.4 points a game, and today only on to 6. Couple of rebounds, 4 assists, but not had the effect that I think his coach would have wanted him to.
No, and it comes down to what we said earlier. I really feel that the Raiders have Surrey's number. You know, this season you find it with several teams. But sometimes it's just that team that you really struggle with to match up with, or you do a great job at matching up with. You know, Worcester Wolves have been that to Raiders so far this season.
Saw that
good matchup for someone may not be for someone else, and I think Raiders have fully got Surrey's number.
Yeah, Raiders victorious against Surrey last month by 14, and then in December by 15, and today currently up by 23. And Scorchers throwing the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, a mistake like that, that's not going to help.
Raftopoulos checks in for Quincy Taylor. Josh Wilshere bringing the ball up the court, speeding up, going to the hoop, putting it away.
Yeah, fantastic body control from Josh Wilshere there. You can see him leaning into the man as he was approaching the hoop, and you just knew that that was going to get called, and it was all about him having composure, controlling his balance, and just finishing at the hoop.
As good as some of the Raiders' offensive players been, I think you can agree, Surrey, in instances like that, you know, there's so much room, just giving Josh Wilshere the easy line to drive through, and that's things the coach could be disappointed with.
Well, it's something that I picked up on when I watched them play London. Their helpline defense and their defensive rotation isn't the best. You know, they do some things very, very well, but I don't feel like defensively coach has got what he wants out of this team, and it does create a lot of easy looks.
Okiki to Nicholas. Foul called against Jarvalainen, who was having a tussle. Yeah, I think with Teo.
Teo does look like a good fight for control down in the low post, and he'll take on anyone. He's not worried about who it is. And both times he's got in favour of the referee's whistle, that's for sure.
Raftopoulos. Willian. Nothing doing. 2:10 left in the third quarter. 78-52 the lead for the Raiders. Nicholas bouncing to Hassan.
He's desperate to get that next assist. He's 3 assists away from his triple-double.
Raftopoulos to Atwood. Nicholas doing well, and I think he'll pass this one. He will, and Dubiaro.
Yeah, nice finish, good transition from Raiders. Fairly simple. Dubiaro running the wing. Good steal from Dante Nicholas.
It's good effort from Teo.
Foul called on that play.
Yeah, the points were good.
Yeah, basket's good. It's gonna be one there.
Adekoya coming in for Dante Nicholas. 2 assists away from that triple-double. I think you might see him again.
Oh, as soon as he finds out that stat, he certainly will be. You know, 80-54. Game, you know, bar a miracle, the game is well and truly over, and this is Raiders, but it's all about how you finish the game. You know, Surrey have got to look on to the next game. They've got stuff to work on for the next game, so they don't want to finish lazy. And the same with Plymouth Raiders. Like the feel good of a win, and the fact that you guys have worked hard for 40 minutes can really go out the window if you have a bad last quarter.
Jarvalainen steps back. He hasn't found his range yet today. Raftopoulos. Atwood and Williams. Raftopoulos again. And shows you Jonas Jarvalainen how to do it.
Yeah, you got to get out on a guy like Raftopoulos a little bit quicker. He can shoot the ball. He's got quite a quick release on him as well. Really just need to make sure they don't get complacent there.
Hassan and the foul called.
So over in the other game right now, you got London Lions, who are leading Manchester 16-11. It's not going to be an easy game for London. They're still sitting pretty at the top of the BBL table, but Manchester, they aren't someone to take lightly this season, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're equal on points with Leicester, with a couple games in hand. so they'll want to make that one count. Hush descending over Pavilions as Rashad Hassan misses his first free throw.
It's yeah, it's very quiet right now, and sometimes when the lead gets to this margin, it can be, and it could quiet the game down. It's up to the players now to keep that intensity going, and hey, if we're going to be winning by 20, let's win by 25, let's win by 30, let's keep it going, and then they can keep this flow and this momentum going until the next game.
Ratsopoulos from deep, couldn't go. 45 seconds left in the quarter. Raiders by 23.
Good defense there from Taylor on Okiki. Making sure there's nothing easy.
Ubiaro falling short.
Oh, big screen there.
There's Wellian. Just narrowing the deficit for the away side. 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Järveläinen and Okoya.
Raiders just want to make sure they have one last good possession.
Järveläinen wasn't going to go. And shot came in.
Yeah, it just seems
after the buzzer.
Just seems very dead right now. The game slowed a little bit. You know, Raiders are fully in control. There's no doubt about that. Surrey aren't really energized. The fight for Raiders on the court right now. They're working on a few things. You can see that in their movement, but nothing's happening right now to get that game going. And sometimes this is difficult for a team when you're in this position. But you really want to keep clawing away. You want to extend that lead. And I'm sure Paul James is saying that to his guys right now.
Yeah, I mean, the bigger the win, the bigger the statement, right, for the rest of the league. And where Plymouth are, they're fighting for a playoff spot, and you know, you want to.
It is a statement in a way, but I think it's more of a mindset for the players. You know, there's games that I've coached and I've been involved in that you've had a terrible game and you still win, or you think you've had a great game and you still lose. But it's all about how you play in that moment, and if you can play strong, if you can play with high energy, you will keep momentum. And in basketball, in a game of small margins, momentum is a very, very big factor.
It is indeed. And let's see if the Raiders extend their lead in the final quarter, or will the Surrey Scorchers come back? It's pretty difficult to think that the Surrey Scorchers will be able to eat much into this lead from what we see today.
Yeah, you know, they're struggling. You know, they've got 9 turnovers of the team, which isn't really that bad when you look at it. You wouldn't be able to say that's the reasons behind everything. I just think they're struggling to keep up with Plymouth right now. You know, Raiders have got 18 points. 18 points from turnovers, and they're making sure when Surrey make a mistake that they go in there and they take advantage of that. And if you look at the Surrey team, you probably want a little bit more from your starting 5, because they've got a lot of points come off the bench, which is great. Every team needs good points off the bench, but players that normally step up, unfortunately, they're not.
So the final quarter begins, and the Surrey Scorchers with the quick offense, and Williams putting down 2. We have a line into Ubiaro. Adekoya. Bouncing to Okiki, Järveläinen. 4 on the shot clock. Ubiaro will have a go, bounces away, he'll get that one back.
Oh, quick feet from Denzel Ubiaro.
Not the tallest is Denzel Ubiaro, but
this
as you say, quick feet and athletic.
He came there, he missed his 3-point shot. Where was the energy from the Surrey team to pick up rebounds, to hustle? He grabbed that ball back, straight past this man, easy done it. Easy done it.
Easy done it.
Easy done it. Tell that you tell that I'm from Plymouth. Easy done it, boy. And that's just what we need. A little bit more of that. A little bit more energy. A little bit more attack in the basket.
Okiki.
Here he goes again. He's got his man's number.
Oh, goes out for a Raiders ball.
Yeah, he took a pass on the first dribble. Could have gone under the hoop for reverse, but decided to lay off on the assist. And but they're going to regain possession. So Raiders ball again. Referee just putting the game on hold a minute. There's a discussion going on the bench. Not sure really about, but game on.
Game on indeed. Here's Adekoya, 10 on the shot clock. Jumps and makes the 2.
Yeah, he needed that. He was waiting for those shots to get going. Hopefully this will be somewhere where he can kick on from.
And there's the foul.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing there. There was no way he was letting him have the easy look. And hand straight in there, made sure he didn't score off that foul, because if it's been said by many players and players before, if you're going to foul him, you foul him properly, you make sure they can't score the basketball.
Atwood putting the first away. And the second's good as well. (85-64) in favour of the home side. Shelton. And one of his first mistakes of the day, throwing the ball out of play, pass directed to Adekoya.
Yeah, you know, Raiders have got, you know, their second unit in a way out here. And this is the opportunity where they've really got to step up, and it's not happening right now, and I don't think it'll be long before Coach James looks at his bench now and brings on some of the starters. But at the same time, if you've got this margin, I guess you do want guys to react to mistakes that they make. But it's how much leeway you give them before you step in there yourself as a coach.
Taylor with his chance from the Pavilions Plessy line. Makes his first points from the free throw line today. The Raiders by 19. Okiki. Shelton to Ubiaro. Shelton up against Raptopoulos. Ubiaro finds some room. And the quick ball.
Yeah,
just Wellian,
just not happening.
Yeah, didn't quite happen today, and a timeout called.
Well, it's not happening for both teams right now, to be fair. If you tune in and you're watching the first part of this game, you think, hey, this is going to be a good game to watch, and right now it's slowing down. There's no real control in the game. Wouldn't surprise me after this timeout. You get a change of rotation from both sides. Possibly need a little bit more control and organisation on the guard spots right now. Wouldn't surprise me if Josh Wiltshire comes back in, or Dante Nicholas for that. You know, they seem to make things happen. They bring a lot of energy, and I think that's what this game needs right now. Just a little bit more energy.
Yeah, a little bit of fresh impetus. Because actually, you are right. You can feel the atmosphere in here. It's just gone down since the end of the first half. There's no surprise, really. The Raiders were such a commanding lead, and I think it is difficult, watching a game like this.
If you're a fan, you want your team to win, and you wouldn't mind that being a one-point game on the buzzer.
Yeah, no,
because it's great to watch. It is great to watch. When you're up by 20, and it's kind of like, you know you've won, especially halfway through the fourth quarter. You've done your job, and doesn't quite bring the same excitement. And as we talked, Dante Nicholas back in, Josh Wiltshire back in. and we'll see if this changes the pace of the game.
Rashad Hassan and Payne all back in. So you were right. Coach Paul James just altering his team, trying to get some energy back in there, and there's some of that energy with Devontavious Payne trying to keep the ball in.
Well, you have got energy guys now. Palmer's come into the game as well. He's pretty quick on his feet. But Surrey are just kind of ticking away now. They seem to be in control. Well, you say that. Commentator's curse right there. They were in control, but here comes Raiders to take over that.
Hassan, that trademark hook of his, putting away the 2.
Yeah. A few words going on right now with Raftopoulos and Palmer. And this is what happens when the game gets scrappy as well.
Yeah, I think Willian having his 2 cents there as well. Hey, Scorchers are 21 points down. It's tricky for them. They've got to manage their players just as much as Raiders do too. Taylor, great pass, kicking it to Ulici. The uncontested 3.
Well, where's that been from Taylor all game? You know, he's a speedy guy. He attacks the basket well, and he's a threat. But right now, Surrey they're really struggling. And in my opinion, right there, that's got to be an unsportsmanlike foul.
And just like that, though, you see the fans. You know, there's some applause. They're back on side.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
That air of confidence from the fans. You know, that support that the players are going to want. They crave is back just like that.
Phil Chadwellian right there. Yeah, I don't know what happened defensively, and it's what we talked about before. They're just not quick to respond off the ball defensively. And he found himself out of place. Hassan's attacking the basket. You know that's going in. Pushes him on the side. And that's not going to help anything. And right now, Raiders are back in control. Simple as that.
Yeah, there was a 2-week break. A week break, rather, for the league. And obviously, Sheffield have had Surrey, rather, have had their game against London. And you'd think they'd be fresh for this one. They've had an extra day's rest, and you'd think that speed would be in their game today, and it's just not happened for them.
No. Got to be careful here. This is a stack that we see from Surrey quite a lot. Look at the ball inside. There it comes. Well scouted from Plymouth, but they give out the 3-point shot.
Teo couldn't make the 3-point count. 6:30 to go in the game. 89-66 to score. Raiders leading at the moment. Josh Wilshere. Great feed to Hassan. Another 2 points for him.
I think you'd struggle to get Hassan to miss. His percentage is fantastic.
Yeah, 12 for 20 today. So about 60%, which is his average.
Yeah, he takes good shots though, and that's the thing. He doesn't do anything out of Hassan's comfort zone. You know, if he's wide open on the free line, he'll take that because he can shoot the free ball. But the majority of his shots are inside, good post up, good positioning, makes life look easy.
I guess one guy that could learn from him in the Raiders roster would be Jonas Javalainen. Often takes shots, you know, they're a little out of his comfort zone.
I've said it before, I don't think Jonas has seen a bad shot before. And there is days that everything that he throws up goes in. And he is a real talent. He's got a real eye for the basket. And it's about not what's a good shot in that moment, in that position, depending on what the score is, depending on how the game's going. You know, that defines when a good shot is and what a good shot is, because these guys are professional basketball players. They can score the basketball.
That was Josh Wilshere there with a good move, making the 2. Teo backing in. Nicholas trying to intercept. Wellian, fouled by Nicholas. So the foul against Dante Nicholas. He'll get a shot from the free throw line. Raiders 93, now 94. Sorry,
I opted to say nothing on those free throws then. Yeah, I don't want to jinx anybody again. I'm not taking that responsibility.
Quick play from Surrey.
It's a play you see a lot from Surrey. They've got big bodies, they put them inside. Simple catch and shoot exercise. If you're not on the ball with that, is a really easy look for the team.
Hamilton Nicholas. Also receiving from Payne. 5 on the shot clock. Josh Palmer never looked like it was going to threaten the hoop. Wilshire tried to bounce it into Payne and
see the idea from Josh Wilshire. Good hands from Hassan on that one though, just bringing down making sure they get the deflection.
That's a nice shot there from the Scorchers once again.
Yeah, the game side is gone out of the Raiders' pace now, and they've gone down a gear.
They can definitely feel that in the.
Yeah, it has gone down a gear. But like I said, bar a miracle, this game is done.
Welliam with the quick shot. Palmer rebounding. Taken back off of Josh Palmer, and Teo finishes. Raiders by 20. Here's Payne. Josh Wilshire.
Something's not right here with Raiders offense. It looks a bit dysfunctional right there.
Dante Nicholas threw his hands up at one point, just wondering what was going on, I think.
Yeah, I think someone got to the wrong place. They could have been working on something. Something's not right now the way the offense is working, and you got opportunity to fix it. Look, you're 20 points up, but you say you don't want this game to just turn into a playground basketball game.
How was Atwood there with the shot? Big 3-point from him. Dante Nicholas fouled. Yeah, Willie Atwood's 10th point of the game there. That'll be a Raiders possession. There's Crayon Raftopoulos trying to encourage his team in the final few minutes. Dante Nicholas into Hassan, spinning once, spinning twice, tried to put it away, couldn't do it that time.
So end of the first quarter up in London is London Lions 28, Manchester 20 in today's game.
Nicholas to Wilshire. Oh! That was Anthony Alici coming in. Josh Wilshire fell in behind the advertising boards. He looks to be okay.
Apologies on the last delay on the score. It looks like now quarter two's well underway up in London. It's 39 apiece. Manchester coming back into that game. 3:42 left in the half. Unsportsmanlike foul is now called, so Josh Wilshire is going to go to the line.
Yeah, let's just send in Josh Wilshire to the ground.
I think you're going to start hearing a little bit more from Raiders fans now, because nothing more than a Basel fan loves is when their team hits the 100 mark, and right now Raiders sitting on 96, 3:20 to go. You got Dante Nicholas, who's desperate for 2 more assists.
1 more assist now.
1 more assist.
I think he was going to get that one. I think he thought he was going to get it off the Josh Wilshire shot there. It's just something I'll be keeping half an eye on.
Here it comes.
Josh Wilshire with a shot. That's not going to go, is it? No.
Thought I had a commentator's moment right there. I thought I had a moment.
Atwood. It's gone cold that time. Wilshire. Raiders just trying to speed it back up, get more of a flow into their games. It's been really interrupted in the last 5 minutes, and Josh Palmer, sloppy pass, out of play.
Just, yeah, energy's not there from Surrey right now, and Raiders just closing out this game pretty easily.
Selechi. And the foul on Taylor by Hassan. Yeah, 2.5 left to go in the game. Raiders 96, Scorchers 77. Teo having a seat, and that's a timeout called by the Plymouth Raiders, so Paul James will take his side in, have a quick chat to them, and yeah, as we've said, as Foxy trips over the basketball then, the Raiders, the flow's really gone out of their game in this final quarter, and Sheffield Sharks, they don't look like they've got too much to give to this game. Sorry, Scorchers.
Sorry, Scorchers, you got something about Sheffield today? No, it's a bit like that, isn't it? This would be a whole different story if it was a 2-3 point game and the crowd would be buzzing, the players were a little bit more hyped, there'll be a little bit more intensity in it. But the game's done and dusted, 2:35 to go. And this is where coaching really comes into play. You've got to keep your guys motivated. You've got to keep them going out there and say, hey, we've still got a job to do. We've got to finish on a high. We've got to play with intensity. We've got stuff to work on. You know, let's not let this game just sort of drag out, because it's contagious if you do that. And it's like when people don't train hard. You know, you're never going to play hard if you don't train hard. So you've got to get that in your game. And to me, it looks like Dante Nicholas isn't going to get that last assist, because rotation's coming into play here, and unless he's coming back on the court. But you say that, what a game for him. What an absolute game for him so far. Scoring the basketball, he's getting steals, he's getting rebounds, he's getting assists. Like, when he's on his game, he's difficult to stop here at Raiders.
Here's a Kiki. Shelton. That's better, Sean Shelton. Tucking the two away.
Yeah, it's tough to stop him. He's got a decent mid-range shot. He's got real long arms as well, and
ooh, what a shot.
He gets above his defender and he gets a mismatch guarding him. And then it's a real problem.
Quincy Taylor on the deck after making that fine three-point shot there.
Yeah, he looks like he's hurt there, and you don't wish for anyone in this game to get injured. Hopefully he's okay. He's gonna go and see the physio right now, and hopefully he's good for the next game.
Yeah, so both these sides have Bristol Flyers in the next games.
Yeah, Bristol on a little bit of a downslope at the moment. They started the season really strong. They were scoring really well. Their defense was pretty intense. They were being coached very well, and over the last couple of games they've been on a bit of a slump. So I'm sure Raiders are going to go into that game thinking, hey, we can nab one here, and that'll be a big win for them. And Surrey Scorchers, again, never underestimate a team down at the bottom, because on any day they are capable of upsetting somebody.
Palmer. Adekoya. Big shot if it goes. What a shot from Jawad Adekoya.
Well, that got Pavilions going 101-81. Big 3-point shot there from Adekoya.
Only his 5th point of the game. His first 3-point attempt goes for him, as the Scorchers go back up the other end and make 2 points of their own. Raiders breaching the century mark. Adekoya. They're looking to Shelton. The points are flowing for the Raiders once again at the end of this game. 1:15 to go. They lead by 20, 103-83. Another shot goes in. That time from Vuzzolo.
Trading baskets right now. It's a little too late, unfortunately, for Surrey Scorchers.
Josh Palmer, he'll step back and have a go. That one going as well.
Hey, why not? Why not? Give me the ball. I'll take a shot from here. Let's go.
Josh Palmer with his first points of the game. Vuzzolo again. Of course it's going to go in. Where's this been for the last 10 minutes?
Hey, is it me? Hey, let's just shoot it now. Let's go. I want to see a shootout right now. 40 seconds left.
Ubiaro.
Oh,
on the floor, no basket.
No basket called. Ooh, tough call from the referee there. Thought it was in his 2 steps, but good attacking movement there from Ubiaro. He's 2 from 2 from the free throw line. See if he keeps his 100%.
Yeah, the both sides trading 3 for 3 for 2 then.
So looking over in the other game at the moment in London, and it looks like Manchester have been really put on the burners, and they lead London Lions 51-44. 1:09 to go in the second quarter. That's a real big quarter for Manchester Giants.
The Manchester Giants, 6th place team in the league. London Lions, looks like there's no stopping them with them being in first. But
to be fair, if you're a Raiders fan right now, you probably want London to be taking that win.
Yeah, I think so. Raiders and Manchester equal on points in the league. Adekoya 2 from 2. Yeah, this game, Raiders put it to bed, and this will see them, just looking to consolidate a place in the playoffs by the end of the season.
I'm hoping for a 7th place finish. I've already got my tickets for the All-Star Day for next season, and if they don't finish 7th, I'm not seeing them there, and that'll be disappointing for me. So no pressure, Coach James, but you've got to be above 7th, my friend.
I'm sure it hears you loud and clear. And with 15 seconds to go, Tola Kiki for the Plymouth Raiders will just see this one out. Respect between both sides.
Yeah, I really think Raiders are going to be happy with this victory. You can hear it from the crowd. They're delighted. But the fact that they took control of this game from the beginning of the first quarter, and they saw it through, and that's big for Plymouth Raiders right now. They needed that.
After 3 straight losses, the Plymouth Raiders putting a win on the board. The Surrey Scorchers, they'll have to try again another day, another loss. But where does this leave both sides?
Well, leave Surrey where they already are, and they're just going to keep grinding away and trying to get some wins before the season finishes out. But for Plymouth Raiders, this is a real business end of the season for them right now. They were sat in 8th place. There's no gap between the teams. 7th, 6th right now, and you've got to drag out some wins, and you especially got to take wins against the people around you. And they'll be hoping to do that against Bristol Flyers. They'll be hoping to do that against Cheshire. They need big wins against those guys.
Let's see if they can get them. It's going to draw your attention to BBL Championship action on Friday. The Newcastle Eagles will entertain the Glasgow Rocks. Bristol Flyers against the Plymouth Raiders in that Southwest derby. And bottom side, Worcester Wolves play against the out of form Sheffield Sharks. That's got the makings of a good game, that last game there.
Yeah, look, if you're Plymouth Raiders, you're going to want Worcester Wolves to pick up a win against Sheffield. You're going to obviously want to take their win against Bristol Flyers, and you're going to really want Newcastle to take on Glasgow and beat them, because that'll put you in a good place. You can do your job, you can get your wins, but if people do that job for you as well and damage the people around you, that's very, very helpful.
It is indeed. Thank you very much for being here, Paul.
Thank you.
So the Plymouth Raiders looking to consolidate that playoff spot. They haven't been there for a few years, and they've gone about doing it today. Surrey Scorchers just didn't have enough, and at the end of this game, Plymouth Raiders 108, Surrey Scorchers 89. They take the win.